Hey, what's going on, people? It's your man Chris. Yeah, I want to talk about this little, I guess you could say it's a Twilight Zone like experience. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. But before I get started, gotta give a special shout out to Nikki. Yeah, everyone's heard about the shooting with this crazy ass dude, Vesta Lee Flanagan killing the reporter and her cameraman. And if you see the picture that I put up here, there's a picture of him standing over the cameraman with the gun. Then next to him, there's a picture of what's her name, Allison Parker and Adam Ward. Those two, they're in a different shot, and they like fun loving. They look like they're happy. There are people you might say, well, man, you got that dude looking bad and got them looking good, and they look like two happy-go-lucky people in that photo. They had their professional careers ahead of them, and this nutcase comes along and shoots them up. And that story was bad, but what threw me in the Twilight Zone, which I guess I didn't really hadn't expected, is that there are people out there, people I would think or otherwise would be intelligent black men and women who were saying that, well, he was discriminated against. So they're basically implying that, hey, they drove him into a black rage and it's almost like they deserve to get shot. And I'm just like, where the hell did that come from? That's when I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. Like I was saying, seriously, hopefully it's just a small move that will never gain any kind of momentum, but I'm just, hearing stuff like that, it's like, when you do things like Black Lives Matter and a lot of other stuff, it's hard for people to take us seriously if we go off on the deep edge, because that's going off on the deep edge to me. I mean, it's already been reported that this dude had three jobs before that where he was screaming discrimination, and you have to, after a while, you have to hold your head and say, well, hold on, what's really going on? Are all these people really being discriminated? And on top of that, they said this dude was gay, so I'm just like, hold on, the LBGT or the LG, well, however, the gay community, they're politically stronger than black people. I mean, shit, they got their agenda being pushed in kindergarten and Head Start and stuff, and even though a lot of people don't agree with it, that's what's going on. They're politically powerful, so for him to say that he's being discriminated against, if he was a real journalist, he would have recorded some of that and went to court and proved it. That's how you tackle something like that. You don't go sit around for 2 years plotting to kill people. But let's really look at this situation. He's a black man. He's working in a news station. He's in front of the camera. So more than likely he's making six figures. So honestly, he pretty much had it made. I mean, no disrespect to the journalistic profession, but that looks like a pretty easy job. You sit behind the camera, you read a teleprompter, or you read a script that someone else wrote for you. They got directors and producers behind the scenes to make sure everything goes right. So you just read what's going on. You didn't create the event. You're looking at a news event that happened. You're reporting on it. So to me, I know journalists might say, but it looks like it's an easy job. Getting a six-figure job. I mean, he did it. He paid his dues. He graduated from school with, I guess, bachelor's in journalism or whatever it is. And he was getting jobs. So he pretty much had it made. Most black men in that position, I shouldn't say most men in that position, but especially black men, they were just like, all right. They were like, okay, I got it made. Let me just chill. Get my years. And usually, from what I've seen, these journalists, after they worked years and years, sooner or later they'll win an award for something. So, he's screaming oppression. When I read, everything to him was like oppression, and he felt the people taking jabs at him. That made me think about another video I had done earlier when I was saying that you just can't go through life. For black people, I mean, we have to watch our back, but we can't go with that first thought is that someone's out to get us or somebody's trying to do us wrong. We have to look out for that, but we don't have to make it our foremost thought. I think, because I've seen people like that, I've seen a lot of people like that. And to me, I'm like, how can they possibly enjoy life? Life must be pretty miserable if you run around thinking everybody's out to get you, and every time somebody says something, they mean something else. I mean, sometimes they do, maybe sometimes they don't, but like I said, this guy, he wasn't just some normal guy in the street. He's gonna try to react violently or something like that because he doesn't know any other way. This guy had a bachelor's degree. He went through school. He should know he could have recorded. I mean, he recorded the actual killing. So If he can record that, how come he couldn't record these instances of discrimination? Somebody called him a monkey. He was like, okay, he called me that one time. Well, let me put it on some kind of secret microphone. Next time this person calls me a monkey, I'm going to have it on tape. I'm going to have it on digital, have it on some kind of digital media. That's how you're supposed to tackle problems like that, not do what this dude did. And if anyone's listening, this is how you tackle problems. When you go through struggles, you go through fights. If you take an L, you stop, regroup, figure out why you lost, then you go back in for the fight again. You keep taking L's, you got to stop and really regroup, not go fight again. Just figure out why, analyze why you keep losing all these fights. Maybe you're fighting fights you shouldn't be fighting. When I say fights, I mean literally fights, I mean struggles. Maybe you should do something different. But but once you figure out or you've got a plan, get back into the fray. That's how you're supposed to. You keep doing that, and you keep doing that. Sooner or later, something's going to work out. That's how you're supposed to go through life. Not just say, okay, all right, I just took my last L. I'm going to go back and kill these people. That's not how you do it. And the fact that he even recorded that and now actually uploaded it just shows how much of a crackpot he was. I mean, he was what they call batshit crazy, stir-fried crazy, whatever you want to call it. So for people who are supposed to be educated black people to come out and try to, not outright defend him, but they're pretty much trying to defend him, saying like he had black rage because they were against him. And I'm like, some of the stuff I'm read, I'm like, I don't know. I think that was just in his own head. And even like I said, even if it was true, maybe they really were discriminating against him. He had means to prove that. Take to court and prove it. I mean, he could have recorded and documented the instances, and you could have taken it to court and proved it. That's how you're supposed to do it. So, this thing about people backing him and saying that, yeah, I've literally seen people on social media, I've seen people write that, they deserve that, I'm surprised more brothers aren't doing that, and I'm like, it's like, that's the wrong way to look at this whole situation. So, that's what the shit that threw me in the try zone, like, cause I guess, if I'd actually thought about it, I should have expect some nonsense like this to pop up, but I didn't even think about that. I'm just like, man, we're in a bad way. I mean, the black community, we're in a bad way. I mean, we love this gangster drug culture, and now, we can't be celebrating people who kill just because they feel they've been discriminated against. They're going to say, oh, well, we're going to give you a taste of them. They didn't try to gun the man down, even if they were discriminated against them. And I don't know. I mean, I wasn't at the station to see this stuff, but even if, like I said, that stuff was going down the way he said it was, he could have documented it, recorded stuff, and took it to the courts. I don't see how any movement can start where anyone is backing what this man did. I feel sorry for that, that the woman was literally, the woman was executed on camera. They didn't show them. That picture of him standing over the cameraman, that basically is him executing the cameraman too. Those people right there. I didn't know those people in real life, and if I knew them in real life, they might hate me. Maybe they were racist, but, hey, people can be racist. That doesn't mean that some people say that black people are racist. So what, does that mean that everyone who's a racist has to be killed? The whole situation was sad, but after hearing this sad situation, then it starts to get ridiculous. I'm like, come on now, I just can't get with that. People might say, oh, maybe they want to call me a coon or an Uncle Tom or some bullshit like that. Then hey, I'll be all of that then. But that bad picture they have of him saying that's the picture I think that he deserves to be remembered by, because he was just like he's a fucking maniac. I mean, go and kill those people like that, and then you record it, and how can you not realize that dude didn't just turn crazy like in that day? He was crazy a long time before that. To do all of that, he had to been crazy for a very long time. So, I'm not with this movement. I know there are people even saying that, people were saying that this whole thing is a hoax. I'm just like, hey, because the government is trying to distract us from what? I don't know. Because there's everything's being recorded and there's a lot of stuff going on, so distract us from what? Donald Trump is the biggest fucking distraction right now, so why would they kill somebody or have a fake killing to try to distract us. And I don't know, we just go off on some Twilight Zone type shit sometimes. I'm just like, we need to stop that, because we need people to take us seriously. I mean, I know the thing came out, the grandmother trying to slam the Black Lives Matter movement. I was actually thinking about doing a video about that, but this crazy stuff happening, you know, I never thought somebody would try to jump on the bandwagon and support this dude. You know, you just can't, just because he's black and he screams discrimination doesn't mean it really happened. Some people just use that as a crutch. And I think that's all he was doing. He just didn't want to do diligent and be professional at his job like he should have been. Because that's all he had to do was be professional, be neat, be professional, be somewhat courteous. I mean, they even said that he was challenging women to go out in the parking lot to fight. I mean, look, you see how big he was in some of those photos? A big black man challenging and some little white woman to go out in the parking lot and fight. And that's not how you resolve issues anyway, or work issues, like I said. But, you know, I don't know. But anyway, hope somebody can get something out of this video. Thanks for listening, people. Peace.